first comic. He and I did the open mics together. We had a good time. He always made me laugh. And now he's here to make you laugh. Bring him up here with a nice warm welcome. It's Joe DeBolt.
What's up? Where's my transplants at, huh? My non-LA natives. What's up? I like not being from LA. You know, it gives me something to talk about with people. Where are you from? Indiana. Iowa. All right. Like, well, you seen a map? Like, yeah, is that Pam spelled backwards? It's your mom's name, isn't it? It is. It's my mom's name. I had a guy one time, he was like, dude, you're from Indiana? No way. What part? I was like, oh, I'm from Fort Wayne. He's like, dude, small world. My sister Susie, she lives in Tennessee. I was like, dude, that's not really that close. He's like, well, have you seen a map? Is Pam spelled back? Come on, man, it's cheap. That's cheap. With transplants, you know, I've found out that we all like to share our little story with everybody, you know. We love telling it, which route we took through the country, the north or south, to get out here. Whether we flew, what day we got out here, what the weather was like. Or my personal favorite, how long we've been out here. You know, me, 4 years, 6 months, 3 weeks, 22 days, 13 hours, 48 minutes, and 22, 23, 20. I could keep going. I could keep going, you know. I sound like that kid that can't give you a straight answer. You're like, Billy, how old are you? He's like, I'm 10 and 3/8 of a 16th of a quarter. You're like, shut up, Billy, you're 10 or 11, dude. Round up or down, buddy, I don't got time for this. I don't got time for that. You go home a lot, Joe? Do you do that? Yes, imaginary voice asking me these things. I do. Get to go home. I go home like once a year. It's always a trip, you know, because everybody thinks I'm nailing it out here. You know, my friends back home. You know, because of Facebook and with what I do, I put little videos online. They're like, yeah. So then when I go back home, it's the same thing. I go to a bar and they're like, dude, what's up, Hollywood? Hollywood, what's going on? Hey guys, Mr. Rich and Famous is here. Yeah, it's Rich and Famous. I'm like, Rich and Famous? I live in K-Town and eat at Subway every night. All right, not really living in the lap of luge. You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on, dude. You're living life in that fast lane, brother. That fast lane lifestyle. I'm like, yeah, fast food drive-through lane. That's where I'm at. And guess what? It's not that fast. Because of traffic. There's a lot of people here. But they see the highlights. They see the highlights on Facebook. They don't see the behind the scenes of the Joe Show. You know, they don't see when I come home from work, having done nothing to further my dream that day, curl up in a little ball, and I'm just like, God, what am I doing with my life? I've been out here for 4.5 years. I left my family, my friends, everything I know, and for what? For what? Fall asleep. My alarm clock goes off. I realize it's Tuesday again, and I have to go to work, and I think, might as well end it all, buddy. You know? Just kill yourself, right? I always feel like I want to kill myself over little things. You know, it's never anything big. It's not like, Joe, your car just exploded, took out the entire block, everybody's dead, insurance isn't covering it, you gotta pay for everything out of pocket. I'd be like, shit! What am I gonna do? That's what your parents trained you for, Joe. You gotta be a man, what's the first step? Now it's like I wake up hungover and I have to go to work and I'm like, God, just kill me. I don't want to do it again. It's pathetic. You know? So you go back home, Joe, you do that? You go back home sometimes? Yes, imaginary voice, I do. You know, I got some friends back there. That's fun. Tell us about your friends. You got this friend named Rob. Rob is a different fellow. Him and I, we had some stuff in common. It was mostly just smoking pot and smoking pot. So we really got along really well. And his dad was kind of like this druggy dude. You know, he'd been doing drugs since like Eisenhower administration, right? And he was good at it. Like he'd been loving drugs so much that one time we went over to Rob's and it was like a group of us. His dad was passed out on the couch and we were like, shh, the beast is sleeping. And like a dog, this guy wakes up, he's like, all right, who's got him? Come in, give him to me. We're like, whoa, we don't have anything. He's like, I know you guys got something. Give him over. Well, a friend piped up, he's like, all I have are my epilepsy medications, and they're gonna make you drowsy. He's like, good, it's 10 a.m., I'm tired of being sober. Come on, give him to me. Came back like an hour later, he's just sitting on the couch, he's like, Got a bit of cat and mouth. My stomach kinda hurts, but I've been seizure-free for an hour now. Thanks for the pills, guys. Appreciate it. He was cool though, like he'd come out and chill and smoke with us. And we liked that because he had good stories, you know? And when you're stoned, story time is fantastic. He'd come out there, he'd be like, "Did I ever tell you guys about my friend named Rick who can survive anything?" I'm like, "Dude, Rick the Invincible?" No, it sounds gnarly, let's hear it. I got this friend named Rick, right? Rick was a bit of an adrenaline junkie. All right, he's out driving in his Chevy one time, doing a $185 down the highway, high on blow, mind you. Gets into a head-on collision with the semi-truck, legally decapitates himself, survives. I'm like, what? That's a miracle. He's like, oh, what's a miracle is 4 weeks later, he's back at work, right? Rick's a painter. Right? He's up 3 stories, he's painting this overhang, he's standing on the edge of this balcony, and we're like, "Rick, you're breaking safety codes, bud." But Rick don't care, he's Rick. So Rick's up there, he's painting, right? He's painting. He accidentally knocks over his bucket of paint, it goes falling down. Rick tries to go after it, he goes falling, smacks his head on the concrete, cracks his skull, there's blood. The balcony he's on, that falls off the house, it goes crashing down, obliterates Rick's head, survives. I'm like, dude, these stories are freaking me out. He's like, Rick liked to chew on lima beans, right? He loved lima beans. He loved to chew on them when he went jogging. I'm like, Rick, bad combination, buddy. But Rick, he don't care. He's Rick. So he's out one day, he's chewing on them, he's jogging, right? He's fucking jogging on these things, and the inevitable happens, he starts choking. He can't breathe. He's saying, "Guys, I can't breathe, I can't breathe." And in his lack of oxygen brain, he's not paying attention, and there's an open manhole in the middle of the road, right? He steps into it, there's a fan at the bottom. Rick basically gets turned into mush, doctors put him back together, the fucker survives. I'm like, dude, I think you need to lay off the epilepsy meds, because the stories, Hang on, I got one more. Of course you do. It's like Rick loved to play golf, right? I'm like, let me guess, he got a sunburn, his skin fell off, and then he surveyed. Are you macking me right now, Joe? Are you macking me right now in front of all these people? I'm just saying that these stories, I don't know if I believe them. Well, you brought me to your little dog and pony show here, bud. So if you want me to tell these stories, you better let me do it. Fine, go for it. Please, by all means. Who fucking invited this guy, huh? Jesus. So Rick gets a brand new 7-iron, all right? And he goes out playing golf. And he gets the ball on the tee. He smacks that puppy 200 yards, okay? It's a beautiful shot, beautiful day, beautiful green, beautiful Rick. Smacks that puppy super far. The tee, as the ball was on, flips up on its top, pokey end up. As Rick did one of these, steps on it. Goes through his shoe into his foot. Rick doesn't think anything of it, right? Pulls it out, throws it, continues on his way. Later that night, Rick's back at his house. His foot starts to get infected. Long story short, the infection travels up to his heart. Kills Rick. Fucking Rick's dead, dude? Oh yeah. Shot a 78 that day too. Broke his PR. Stands for personal, right? Yeah, we get it. We get what that means. All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you for surviving my little comedy shtick here. Thank you very much. I'm Joe.
You did what I could not. Just a little show off with the microphone. You guys, keep it going for Joe.